and latest movie news. Okay, the movie news is here. Okay, now you gotta do the paperwork. Okay, to make sure people, if they get hurt, they don't go bankrupt. I mean that you care about their physical health and safety. And that means you're providing for their care in case they get hurt on your set. Okay, because that's what it's all about, is care about other human beings and the earth too. So if you gotta dig a hole in the earth, for example, one, put the earth back where it came from when you're done. Two, you could plant something in there. Unless it's a non-native invasive species of plant, then maybe don't do that. Okay, it's probably enough of a risk that you're tromping around. Okay, in the corn rows, as it were. So, and then there's also, if you dig too far, you're gonna hit a mole person, and they're probably sunning themselves. Like the mole person's version of sunning themselves is okay. It's kind of like edging, where you dig up to the surface of the earth, but you don't quite break through, and so you could feel the heat of the sun. Okay, it's different than the heat of the center of the earth, that Vulcan heat. Okay, that volcanic heat. It's different. It's a radiating heat. Well, I suppose the volcano is also radiating heat, but okay, there's others. There's ultraviolet. Okay, maybe does it even pass through a dirt? I don't actually think it does. Otherwise, why would sunscreen work? Does sunscreen work? I'm going to say a resounding yes, okay? Because if you don't have it, you get burned up. So, like, what does that say about it? It says that you need it. So, when you do have it, you don't get burned up. That's the process of elimination. So, there's mole people to be careful for when you're digging, okay? It's called Alberta First Call. It's call before you dig, because there's a map of the mole people kingdom, and you don't want to inadvertently break into their dancing hall when they're having a birthday party. Okay, the mole people. So there's several different species of mole people. There's the small Monty Mole kind of mole people. Okay, there's the tall, thin, gaunt, humanoid, hairless, zombie wraith kind of like things with bulbous eyes. Okay, you'd think they're not a very good time, but they're actually very nice people, and they like to party, if you know what I mean. So there's also like different annelids, worms, worm man. Favorite movie is Dune, of course, and he looks like a little sleeping bag. It's like a little human face inside a giant sleeping bag with teeth. Uh, the human face poking out the top of the sleeping bag, like a little cute wrapped up, like a little burrito. So you got to be careful when you're digging a hole. You don't want to hit any mole people, dancing halls, or private residences. Okay, so that's a call that you can make. Alberta First Call. Call if you want to not hit a gas line, a water main, an electrical underground. Okay, a secret tunnel, a secret subway, a lost transit system, a mole people kingdom, giant columns going into the ground where there used to be a pyramid on top, all sorts of stuff. Alberta First Call. That's the first call that you make. Okay, so hop on your phone and ride it on down to Alberta First Call office, and it's kind of like a magic carpet. It's a rideable phone. It's the latest product from Tim Cook and the Apple Man. Okay, the Apple Man, and you're gonna really want one because it's kind of like that robotic horse. Who was that? Mitsubishi? I don't know. Was it Hyundai? It was some. It was a car company that was not Ford or Lincoln. And so what was it? Oh yeah, you ride your phone over to the Apple store. Okay, pick up some apples and a new phone because you got mud on yours because you didn't wipe your feet before you got onto your flying phone. See, that's the thing. Is like, did the carpet ever get dirty? Okay. Did Aladdin ever put the carpet in the washing machine? How do you even wash and clean a Persian carpet? You beat it? I beat it regularly and it still's not getting any cleaner. My carpet. So there's something to be said for a vehicle that can withstand a little more dirt, grease, and grime, but also you kind of want the latest thing, And so a phone that you can hop on a ride, like as a manhole cover. It's about the size of a manhole cover, and it's got a hardy touch screen and some switches and knobs because sometimes you just need to grab onto this. Sometimes you just want to handle a knob, so or a switch. So hop on down to the store. Wrestlers are performers, and Alberta First Call. Make sure you use that phone to get your first call to Alberta First Call. It'll tell you what's underneath the ground if you got to dig a hole. Yeah. You know what? I just want to stitch together a little bit of latest movie news, and that is that I ran to the toilet, and it's good to have a toilet next to the location, like a portable potty, because you don't want to be going into my mom's house to use the bathroom all the time. They say that it's going to be okay, but I don't think they understand the breadth and scope of this production, man. And there's only one bathroom. There's two bathrooms upstairs and one downstairs, but you really want them in that front entryway only. Otherwise, it's an invasion of privacy. But now I've just 50% of the bath. Well, if you count the other two, then I've 25% of the bathrooms. 25%. What's okay? So if you've got here's a math problem. If you've got three toilets and you add another toilet, what percentage increases that? How do you figure that out? Okay. So if three toilets is 100%, okay, and one of those toilets is a third, the new toilet would be a third of the current total, then you've increased your toilet capacity by 33%. And that's how you run a movie, my friends. Okay? There's cameras and lights and so chocolate bars and Costco snacks, a flag, a 20 by 20 butterfly green screen, a picture car, LEDs, keynotes, phenoms, and uh, a tent, and some places to sit, a pizza, a list of props, and some actors, and a sound guy. So that's how you make that. Excuse me. That's how you make a movie. Yeah, I'm not saying that. What am I suggesting that wrestlers are unskilled labor? No. That they're not performers? No, they are absolutely performers of the highest caliber. The skilled labor that it requires to do the tips and tricks, the stunts, the drama, the pathos, okay? All of that stuff. So I was sorry if I suggested that George Carlin could never be a wrestler's dad. Because sometimes when your dad is a thing, then you're also that thing. And I did not make the connection that as a performer, George Carlin could have a son that could be a wrestler because that is a performer, and it slipped my mind. Okay? It slipped my mind. So if you're wrestling right now, I want you to know to stop looking at your phone. Okay? And you got to wrestle because you got to get off that top rope and, elbow smash that guy or that girl or that person. Or okay? You got to elbow smash him. And believe in yourself. As the power comes up from the earth, and it energizes your feet. Okay, your calves, your knees, your legs, your dong, your hips, your tummy. Okay, your chest, arms, up your neck, out your head, down your arms to your hands and shoulders. Okay, that's a warm up that you could do. So that's what I have to say about that. That was a bit of an oversight on my example.